So, today is the 21st of April, and on this day in 753 BCE, or BC as I used to call it before I accepted that we call it before Common Era instead of before Christ. I think that's probably a better way to do things, all told. Anyway, on this date in that year, Rome was founded. Romulus killed his brother Remus and set up the city, and it went on to do all those things. And what have the Romans ever done for us anyway? Well, sanitation, I suppose. Okay, yeah, we've all seen Life of Brian, I hope. Anyway, I was originally not going to do a video about the founding of Rome. I was going to do something about the fact I met Adam Savage today, who was one of the guys on Mythbusters, and I watched a ton of those with Lysander when he was young, and always really enjoyed it, and got to meet him and have a chat with him for a little bit. He was at a big event on campus that he came and had a meet and greet at the Foley Institute, and he was very, very, very engaged, very much knew how to work the room, and it was really fun to have him there. But anyway, I'm not doing it. I looked up cocktails that were called Adam, called Savage. There was an Adam and Eve, but I think I'll do that about something else at some point. So anyway, I settled on this cocktail called Old Roma. I also put on some music, the soundtrack to the series Rome, which is great. Listen to that at the moment. And we're going to make this cocktail. And then as I found this cocktail, luckily it turned out there was also one that used Amaro Lucano, which is one that Kate got me on a trip to Rome and Italy that she did not so long ago. So it was like, very serendipitous to be able to use all those things about a Roman cocktail. So here we go. We're going to make an Old Roma cocktail, and it is actually a whiskey drink. I'm using Evan Williams. That is, funnily enough, Kate's go-to bottom shelf whiskey. Actually mine as well. It's cheap, it's good, and it's going to do the trick in this cocktail. We want 2 ounces of bourbon, like so. And then for the Amaro Lucano, we want, if I can get this puppy open, it's really, really interesting, sort of wormwoody, licoricey, little bit sort of, bittersweet, like many Amaro or Amari might be. Want 3/4 of an ounce of that. Get up to the line. And then this is actually a bit of a sweetness to this thing. We're going to use some white crème de cacao as well. Also, oh my gosh, very hard to get these open. They're sort of sticky sweet drinks, so yeah, they don't want to open too easily. We just want, let's see if I can see the line. Yes, I can. 1/2 ounce of that. And then there is actually a very interesting ingredient in this, which is some black walnut bitters, which I just think they're great, but it's kind of hard to find things to put them in to make the cocktail. It's really quite a unique taste, but we want 2 dashes of that, like so, and we're just going to stir this up. That's going to drown out the sound of Jack White, who's singing at the moment on this song on the Rome soundtrack. There we go. Make this nice and cold. And then the recipe calls to go over ice or a large ice cube. And I got this cool thing from one of the kids, I think, Jordan, Evan, I'm not sure. I think it was from Jordan. Anyway, it's on these sort of ice cube molds where you fill it up, and then it if you get less oxygen in it, it should be a little clearer than usual. But also, you're going to wind up, I believe, with a fit. Oh, actually, it's kind of cracked, but it's kind of a cool ice cube. Look at that. It's kind of cool. We're going to pop that in there. We're going to take our stirred cocktail, which is, I can tell already, is rather delicious. Strain that into our rocks glass. I've got a double old fashioned there, like so. And then this called for a very specific ingredient, and I didn't happen to have it in, but I ran out to the store and I found this bag of snacks of maple pecans glazed mix, because it calls for a candied, well, is it a pecan or a pecan? I always call it a pecan, because why wouldn't you? Just sounds funnier that way. But I know a lot of people call it a pecan, and it's okay. But that is that thing. Looks a little like a walnut, but it's not. It's pecan or pecan, and it's covered in sweet stuff. In this case, it's maple, but that's fine. And you just put that on top. Oh, that looks very nice. Here you go. You can see what that looks like. Isn't that cool? Let's see what it tastes like. Oh, that's delicious. Happy birthday, Rome. Cheers.